Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review. Well, Daniel, this is going to be your raw thoughts from last night. So to start us off, guys, we started off with Obafemi making it with each other, and he cuts a promo about how he's gonna about how he's only more through the competition, um, more through the competition and the King of the Ring to ornament about how Barack is nothing but a little bitch. That's what um, Heyman released. He said Brock Lesnar and he's a cat. Um, he said he's going to move through Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio comes out and he says he's the king of the Lucha Horse. He's not afraid of over Femi or with Hugo Oki stuff. JD McDonough tries tries to sneak up behind them. He does hit over Femi with the chair over no sells it and tosses him. It allows Dom to set up the 6-1 and Dominic Mysterio hits it successfully. Oba then tosses him um, tosses both him and JD McDonough Ori is over the and says he respects his father or but I'll be your he respects Dom's father he Mysterio but I'll be your daddy you'll be introduced your daddy I like that I liked that line. So, so next up then, guys, we have Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green versus Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. And I thought this was a really good match, a very fast-paced match. Everybody get a good amount of offense in here. Alexa, Sean, Chelsea, Sean, Becky Lynch, and Liv Morgan, and got some good offense, and I like the exchange at the end to be where everybody goes for the finishers. If Morgan attempts in a Bill Evan and Alexa Bliss, but Bliss catches or but Bliss catches her into sister or Abigail. Chelsea hits the unpredictable Becky Lynch, and then um, and it looks as though Alex is going to win for the it looks as though Chelsea's going to go in for the cover. Sorry, I meant to say Chelsea hit the unpretty her and Alexa sorry, getting mixed up. As it was all fast-paced action. And it looks as though Chelsea's going to get the win, but she ends up being jackknife bridge covered by Liv and all of advances Now, Ev is still the women's world heavyweight champion on the Raw, but she's set herself the goal of being a dual champion. Um, in the back with Toronto, surely see the Judgment Day having a conversation. Um, Basically, he looks and says this was towards the end of the episode that it would be best if Raquel and Muir and the finals of the Judgment Day doesn't lose because I win for all as um, a win for always a win for the Judgment Day. But I did like the opening match and the segment with Tyrone was good. Um, of course, before the match kicked off, a banner was hung with a show of Morgan a happy 32nd birthday. Um, so yeah, a pretty decent woman in here for the birthday girl. Decent match here, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Backstage though, Africa, yeah, Seth Rollins watches the ripped with the vision and you finished with them. If I've a response saying, the last time he was in Paris, he was a world heavyweight champion and he did a division. Um, but now all of that business is taken care of. Both him and Roman Reigns have unfinished business as Roman can't win the title by himself and beat him up. And it truly matters. Again, good segment. Um, with them segment here. The the two segments you've got so far are pretty good. Then the next match is Soul who could defeat each wide of area to retain her championship. She gets psyched up by Bale in the back. She mentions she's not held the IC belt in over a year. She was forbidden from challenging it. He'll, he says who here's this is your night. So good segment again here. It does hype up the match a little bit. Then we get to so um so the Recover versus either area. This match was pretty good. You had good offense from both here. Ira looked as though she was going to win at points, but so was able to bounce back. Very good exchange towards the end of the match. Ira goes for the night and and I thought, oh, surely they're not going to have Lyra just beat her. Thankfully, Soul kicks out and recovers and hits a Soul Snatcher later on. But this was a good match and people are very quality. I enjoyed that. So yeah, that's fine. Of course, Well, each report only of this I see us. I think it deserves around a B to be honest with you, Bill. Each report, I don't know who does your ratings, but yeah, um, Chad, um, Chad Abel shows up throughout the night, apologising to both Penta and Mysterio and Dragon at points and um at points in the show. He says he now respects with Charlie as a result of losing the mask. He understands he understands the importance of it. The mask versus asthma match still the right for is so getting the publicity. You you and have the Usos and Jacob Fatu showing up to on several about his comments about Roman Reigns. Just before they showed up, he and Montez for having a nice conversation. Montez for puts him over by saying you're the generation's king and Sefa what's happening with Angelo Dawkins and comes out Susan Jacob Fatu. Seth actually says there's omens and his family and his boys to do his dirty work because Roman can't hold on to the uh, I without help. Jay says Jay says you bet I'm not slag off the OT you see when you're around and I'm a and I'm a and you're around if actually says who as it's Romans right hand and the Romans were uh, they say to Jacob Jacob actually stares down the all ins and forward but doesn't do anything. Um, so yeah, um, again, decent segment here, baby. The end actually see we would then actually see a confrontation between Usos and the Usos and Fatu. Fatu would and say, "I don't take all us from you. To acknowledge the tribal chief because he beat me. And um, and your podcast didn't do it. Again, that is pretty good. We would the end. We would then get a promo from we would then get a promo from Ethan Page, but Iron Saxton with the NC Byron Saxton with the NC the path the Intercontinental um, Championship, the symbol of excellence in the company, hasn't been easy for argue what are your thoughts on Ethan Lens as how many chances it's been um had at the time I totally hold sooner or later I'll be intercontinental champion, but Adam Pearce is still in favourites. We'll get to another so or in this review in a second. Says that so Ethan the says he's on talking to to Saxton. Um, so yeah, um, so yeah, pretty decent, pretty decent promo. Saxton with the uh, Ricky Saintsley later on how he felt about his um chances in the fatal four way for the king of the ring for the and he says that the French are used to seeing the royalty and I'll be king and I keep and I'll be king and I can't say absolute king Ricky so that was in response to Saxton asking him, how do you prepare for a fatal four-way on the main roster when you've only been on SmackDown for a few weeks? So yeah, so all good. Erwin I is out next and he wants the crown. He says, um, he says, J, he says, Adam P. Eos is in favourites, and that Roman or Roman can't get the job done by himself. Um, or Roman can't get the job done by himself. Night with the ex, the Usos also get involved on SmackDown in the Fatal Four Way. Um, so Um, so then, Jey Uso Jey Uso comes out. He says, "This is your orange. Or I'm only win the fatal four way," and then he does his yeet and Ellen says, "Drew, I didn't stay out here to watch you do that. It's fun and everything, but um, it's fun and everything, but you won't interrupt me again." And Knight actually says, "I respect you all about family, and I respect you sticking up for your family, but your family can go to hell." Again, a pretty good segment here, and it actually builds the tension. It actually builds the tension up between him and Jay. Knight actually did some like he wasn't very happy. He threw it back into time. Um, I don't actually know if he'll get any heat for that. he does mention how he was unchosen by the office, but the crowd chose him. It was very up shoot, but that part was a shoot, obviously. Um, so, yeah. You do you see your night before night is coming out. My accent to my accent to re having a accent to re having an argument with the Alpha Academy. This is to do with the recent sort of easy that will be linking up public of division. Um, so yeah, that feeds into that. Um, so then you get Penta versus Mysterio. So throughout the match, they were hyping up this match through video packages and mentions, and I have to actually say, this is the match of the year, Mysterio starts out hot, and basically, Pent was on the defensive for the first few minutes. Penta would attacking the knee midway through the match. He would then hit a 6-1 on the line and almost was to get the victory. But Penta kicks out. Or he actually kicked out of the Mexican destroyer. That was pretty cool. But nah, he would then kick out the Penta driver, sorry, but the Mexican destroyer was and so then you get so then you get Ethan Page and Rusev who have been wanting a shot at Penta for the IC title attack both of the luchadors. Um, the unmasked Mysterio was Rusev rules off the mask, and what happens is Dragon he comes out attempting to make the save, but the number game's too much. Out comes Chad able to take care of um to take care of the two heels. He then presents Mysterio with the mask the luchadors help he out who's covered himself up with a towel. Despite actually we know what they look like thanks to Eric Bischoff in 1999 and WCW, but that's besides the point. But yeah, it looks as though Chad Gable as as basically back in his position, and there's a pretty cool segment. He got a big up from it. And the match itself is a match the year candidate. crowd are very much involved, and it's good that the 7 page got a good amount of screen time here. Um, so yeah, and you wouldn't actually think Rey Mysterio's 51 years old, but is a banger of a match. I recommend it to Sean, Si, and On, or who I talk to on X, because that is a phenomenal match. Then you get Javon Evans, sorry, Seth Rollins, Tawatonga, and the Saints and the Men's Fatal 4-Way qualifier. Good offense from each man. Tawatonga eats a couple of stomps, one from the announced table and another from the barricade from Owens. Saints and Javon continue to their rivalry. Good near falls exchanged, but four men. Tonga looked like a monster as well. So yeah, that looked good. However, the finish of the match sees all instead of points, hit the stomp on Saints. Sorry, he hits the still on points. Ain't it looks as though it looks as though he's gonna get the it looks as though he's gonna get the win on Saints, but in comes on break to spear the shite out of him, and Javon Evans capitalizes with the OG and Evans advances. So yeah, pretty good match here, pretty solid show. Um, you do actually see in the Judgment Day segment I mentioned a bit early on that a bit early on that the Oxan looked a bit looked a bit conflicted and the other members if the opposite said that you Cummins just said, just give me a second. But overall, all guys actually thought this all was really good. The Asian was probably the best in a while, and uh, and actually I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. Guys, I really did enjoy this show. The only thing is, though, that we had rounded it up to 10, as if you did actually get to hear what Maxine Dupree's dialogue was to the Alpha Academy, as that has been a thread I have been interested in, but that's just a slight nitpick. and hopefully they continue this momentum, but it's WWE, so they probably won't make a order as good than higher year now. But yeah, overall, guys, some pretty strong segments. Um, I enjoyed all of it. This is a really enjoyable show. Every month I still have and so I'm giving it a 9.5, guys. But what did you think in the comments section? I'd love to know your opinions. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on X. It's got artificial so, and I'd love to know what you guys thought in the comment section. Personally, yeah, I thought this was not only the best or of 2026, but the best um or I've seen in a while. I hope that they do keep the momentum up because this was fantastic, and the French crowd really showed up. Obviously, happy birthday goes out to Liv Morgan. Obviously, guys all know I'm a big Liv Morgan fan by now. Um, so yeah, but yeah, I really did enjoy the matches as well, because sometimes the matches in the Netflix era are kinda slow and ponderous at times, but this is a really fun show, and again, guys, I'd love to see a higher standard show every week now in terms of Raw and SmackDown, because this shows are capable of doing it when they're in the mood. uh, and the borderline stuff I thought was really entertaining. Their interaction with all and Ford I thought was good. Barry us Ian Seth is really good as well. I really like Baron Barry ourselves or coming from all angles. So and yeah, and obviously early Night and Jay also had a good exchange. Oba and Dom as well. The Judgment Day stuff is very good. Chelsea getting Chelsea getting gave a good account of herself in the year against three world champions. I'd like to see I'd like to see her eventually move up the card because she deserves it. Because she worked her arse off in that match. As I've said, guys, the only reason why it's not film arcs is we didn't get to hear the context of what Maxine Dupree is saying in the background to the Alpha Anthony has that's a pile of thread I've really been interested in exploring on this channel, but other than the guys, it's a 9.5. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section because I really enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon. And I'm really chuffed about this episode of Raw this week. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the review.